20FLBFL Asbestos Contractors Business Knowledge Exam. 1. What material, once widely used in construction due to its fire-resistant properties, is the focus of asbestos contractor licensing? A. Asbestos. B. Concrete. C. Steel. D. Polyurethane. Explanation: asbestos was extensively used because of its fire-resistant properties, which later led to strict regulation and licensing requirements. 2. Which agency is primarily responsible for establishing occupational health standards for asbestos exposure? A. OSHA. B. EPA. C. FDP. D. DBPR. Explanation: OSHA sets and enforces standards to ensure safe and healthful working conditions, including those related to asbestos exposure. 3. Under which federal act is asbestos in schools primarily regulated? A. AHIRA. B. NESHAP. C. TSCA. D. CERCLA. Explanation: the Asbestos Hazard Emergency Response Act, AHIRA, specifically addresses asbestos management in schools. 4. What is one of the major health hazards associated with asbestos exposure? A. Asbestosis. B. Asthma. C. Diabetes. D. Hypertension. Explanation: prolonged asbestos exposure can lead to asbestosis, a chronic lung disease. 5. Which of the following best describes the historical use of asbestos in building materials? A. Insulation and fireproofing. B. Structural reinforcement. C. Aesthetic decoration. D. Soundproofing. Explanation: asbestos was primarily used for insulation and fireproofing due to its heat-resistant properties. 1/4. 6. What does NESHAP stand for in the context of asbestos regulations? A. National Emission Standards for Hazardous Air Pollutants. B. National Environmental Safety for Hazardous Asbestos Procedures. C. National Enforcement Standards for Health and Air Pollution. D. National Emission Safety for Hazardous Asbestos Products. Explanation: NESHAP stands for National Emission Standards for Hazardous Air Pollutants, which includes standards for asbestos handling. 7. Which Florida State Department is involved in regulating asbestos contractor licenses? A. DBPR. B. FDP. C. OSHA. D. EPA. Explanation: the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation, DBPR, is responsible for licensing asbestos contractors. 8. Asbestos. Related regulations require contractors to obtain certifications for which group of workers? A. Workers, supervisors, and project managers. B. Only workers. C. Only supervisors. D. Only project managers. Explanation: certifications are typically required for workers, supervisors, and sometimes project managers to ensure safe asbestos handling. 9. What is the primary reason asbestos use in construction has been heavily regulated? A. Health hazards associated with fiber inhalation. B. High material costs. C. Limited availability. D. Structural instability. Explanation: asbestos is regulated primarily because inhaling its fibers can lead to serious health issues. 10. What kind of penalties can a contractor face for failing to comply with asbestos regulations? A. Fines and suspension of licenses. B. Tax increases. C. Criminal charges only. D. No consequences. Explanation: non-compliance with asbestos regulations can lead to fines and suspension or revocation of licenses. 11. Which federal agency enforces the environmental regulations that affect asbestos abatement? A. EPA. B. OSHA. 2/4. C. DBPR. D. FDP. Explanation: the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, enforces environmental regulations, including those affecting asbestos abatement. 12. What aspect of asbestos makes it particularly useful in industrial applications despite its risks? A. Heat resistance. B. Color variation. C. Lightweight. D. Magnetic properties. Explanation: asbestos is valued for its heat resistance, which made it popular for industrial applications. 13. What type of asbestos use is regulated under the Florida Administrative Code? A. All asbestos work. B. Residential remodeling only. C. Commercial painting. D. Plumbing installation. Explanation: the Florida Administrative Code covers all aspects of asbestos work to ensure public safety. 14. What is the primary focus of the Asbestos Hazard Emergency Response Act, AHERA? A. Managing asbestos in schools. B. Regulating industrial emissions. C. Establishing labor laws. D. Licensing contractors. Explanation: AHERA was enacted to manage and reduce the risk of asbestos exposure in schools. 15. Which of the following is a common historical use of asbestos in building materials? A. Insulation. B. Flooring. C. Roofing shingles. D. Window glazing. Explanation: asbestos was commonly used in insulation due to its durability and heat-resistant properties. 16. What is a significant risk when asbestos fibers become airborne during abatement work? A. Inhalation leading to lung disease. B. Structural collapse. C. Electrical hazards. D. Chemical reactions. Explanation: airborne asbestos fibers can be inhaled, leading to severe lung diseases including mesothelioma. 3/4. 17. Which agency Euro-S regulations would an asbestos contractor need to be most familiar with for workplace safety? A. OSHA. B. EPA. C. DBPR. D. FDP. Explanation: OSHA Euro-S regulations are critical for ensuring workplace safety during asbestos removal. 18. In what way do federal and state regulations differ regarding asbestos? A. Federal laws provide baseline standards, while state laws can impose stricter requirements. B. State laws are less strict than federal laws. C. Federal laws apply only to residential work. D. There is no difference. Explanation: federal laws set baseline SD standards, and state laws can add further restrictions. 19. What document is essential for an asbestos contractor when starting a project? A. Asbestos abatement plan. B. Environmental impact report. C. Building permit. D. Sales receipt. Explanation: an asbestos abatement plan is a detailed document that outlines the safe removal process. 20. Which of the following best explains why asbestos is considered hazardous? A. Its fibers can cause serious lung diseases. B. It is flammable. C. It degrades rapidly. D. It attracts pests. Explanation: the tiny fibers of asbestos can be inhaled and cause diseases such as asbestosis and mesothelioma. 21. Which federal standard specifically governs asbestos removal in non-occupational settings? A. NESHAP. B. AHERA. C. TSCA. D. CERCLA. Explanation: NESHAP sets standards for asbestos removal in various settings to protect public health. 22. How do state regulations, like those in Florida, typically complement federal asbestos regulations? A. By adding additional safety and licensing requirements. B. By reducing paperwork. C. By focusing solely on environmental issues powered by TCPDF, www.tcpdf.org. 4/4.